Well, hey, my insomnia friends. I'm Emily. And when I started TikTok, my biggest thing was really that I just wanted to help people. That maybe my story, somebody at 2 a.m. like me might not feel crazy. Um, so here I go. I was caught up just like everybody in the views and things like that and wanting that to help my family. But my goal always was if one person felt not alone, I could win some part of my story. I guess I could introduce myself a little and make this into some sort of series. Since I'm 30 and this doesn't fit in one video. But like I said, I'm Emily. I'm 30. When I was 20, I lost my brother in a bad car accident. And 6 months later, my dad died. I got married that same year. And then 2 years ago, I lost my husband. He passed away from gastroparesis. And I'm now remarried to my husband, John. So I'm a widow, a wife, a mom, a daughter. My mom's a widow, obviously. My sister-in-law is also a widow. So you widows, you're not alone. I know it feels like that, though. And I know that each experience, it's so different. I see just the three of us mourn extremely differently. I seem to be the most different one, which leads me into there's so many things that people don't see. And I guess I'm here to tell you mine, because I'm sure that there's a lot out there of you who maybe have chosen to get remarried. That's been something that I've been highly judged for. The crazy thing is I don't think a lot of things I could have made it through without my current husband. But when you become a widow, you rewire your brain. You don't grieve. You don't just grieve a husband. When Corey took his last breath, I had this feeling in my body where I also changed. And that was like immediately. And I can't explain it, but I definitely changed. And my husband was sick for years. So I grieved that caretaker role really bad. That's still very hard for me. And I also grieved my husband's family. So I sat grieving multiple things, and it still is hard, or I wouldn't be up at 2 a.m. every day. And I am. A lot of people, I think, they have this idea that I've remade my family, and of course that would bring anybody so much happiness. And mine does. I'm so blessed. I can't begin to tell you my blessings. They are immense. But that doesn't take away any pain that I ever feel. I have two boys who Corey, my late husband, is their dad. And I'm sitting in front of this wall because this is my life. This is so many people that I've lost, or so many people who are still here. But any way that you choose to go about things, you're not wrong. And that's really something that I've learned. I'm not wrong. My mom's not wrong. My sister's not wrong. My husband, my boys, my late husband's family, none of us are wrong. We're all very right and grieving in our own ways. And I've come to really respect that, I'm not saying that that's not hard, because I think that is very hard. I don't think there's not a step-by-step on how you're supposed to grieve. I'm almost 2 years out, like I said, and there's days where it hits me of just missing Corey as a person. There's days that I want to call my dad or my only sibling, and I can't. I've lost every strong male figure that I have. So then that also causes me to fear the loss of John, who I'm married to today. That's always something that I struggle with. Always. It makes me struggle to enjoy a day And I think I've come a long way with that. But when Corey died, I actually moved away from my family. Only about 45 minutes, but I moved kind of nestled into a mountain. And as my life was very good and I was no longer dealing with health issues and having to take care of anybody, I was able to step back and see the things I had gone through weren't normal and that I wasn't normal. And the way that I processed life was drastically different than anybody that I knew. That can cause anyone to feel an immense amount of loneliness, no matter who you have by your side. So you're always fighting with yourself on, am I present with my kids? Does my husband get enough attention? Do I call my mom enough? Do I reach out to my friends enough? Well, absolute no's. I don't. But this is the first time in my life that I've had time to get to know me. And I would be lying to you if I said that now isn't one of the hardest parts. I think that's beautiful though, you know, to finally heal through things that I was unable to heal through before. I never had time to sit down and mourn things or cry or anything. You know, my late husband died just a few days before Christmas, and I immediately put on Strong Mom for those little kids, and I've been doing that for years. So when I moved up here, I started to see me and deep, deep pain that I didn't know a human could feel. There's days that I wake up and I think, am I going to feel that pain today? And I don't want to, but that's scary. And that's a hard thing to push through. I know so many of you who have lost people feel that way. But I think this is the part that's the most important, to see you, you know, because you're all beautiful. And I know I can't see my beauty right now, so you probably can't see yours. But we wouldn't be going through this and we wouldn't still be here if we didn't have it somewhere. So, like I said, I'm going to make this a series and come back and explain more in depth of my life, you know? And I hope that even if this gets one view, that's so worth it to me. Because the loneliness that I feel, no matter how many people surround me and love me, is still huge. We're going to get through this together. And I know that.